Rounding out our 3 hours together on this Thursday, live on the early line on SportsGrid, I am Ben Stevens. Let's dive even deeper into the month of March and look around conference tournament action, because in women's college basketball, we've got games tipping in just about 5 minutes at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and that includes the high major level. We are underway in the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10, and the SEC tournament. The Big East enters the fold tomorrow. And when you look at those national championship prices in women's college basketball, you will see very familiar names at the top. Connecticut is having a great year. Paige Beckers is performing incredibly well. AZ Fudd is healthy, and Gino Auriemma's team looks primed to make another deep run in the Big Dance. They are the favorites at a 3-1 price. Of course, Don Staley gets the nod as the best coach currently in women's college basketball, plus 330 for South Carolina, that has lost a couple of uncharacteristic games by Gamecocks standards this year, including seeing their 57-game win streak in SEC action come to a close, but only uncharacteristic because of how dominant they have been. Who was the team to snap that SEC win streak? It would be the SEC newcomer in Texas. Third best price at plus 450. Of course, the coin decided the 1 seed in the SEC women's tournament. It went to South Carolina. The Longhorns are the 2 seed. A bunch of rivalry games now is Big Ten foes between USC and UCLA this year, and Juju Watkins delivered for the Trojans in both. UCLA, I believe 2 losses this season in both against USC, including in the regular season finale on Saturday night just a few days ago to make USC the regular season winner in the Big Ten and the number 1 seed in that conference tournament in Indianapolis. And as you look at Notre Dame, Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles, as good as a duo as you will see in college basketball, a 6-1 number. Then you have a large drop-off in NC State, LSU, Duke, and even a thriving TCU team where Haley Van Lith now plays her basketball. Wes Moore, he was the head coach, or is the head coach for NC State, named the ACC Coach of the Year. I do want to just highlight something, though, because even with the stardom of Caitlin Clark the last few seasons, with LSU on the rise in SEC play as well, led by Angel Reese under Kim Mulkey, oftentimes at this stage of the season, it would still be a very familiar picture. 2, maybe 3 teams tops that had short prices, 5-1 or better, to win a national championship. Even last year, when Caitlin Clark was taking over and setting records on a daily basis, who was the minus money favorite to win a national championship midway through February? South Carolina, who ended up winning national championship in the month of April. Don Staley and the Gamecocks. So when you see 6 of those teams all at a 6-1 price or better, and all 6 of those teams at 6-1 or better, separated by just $3, there is parity in women's college basketball that we have seen carry over year, really on display this season. It is going to be a sensational NCAA tournament with a lot of star power still carrying through in the Big Dance. I have shared with all of you, I have 2 bets to win a national championship in women's college hoops at this moment. Texas, bet it at a 6-1 price. That down by $1.50. And UCLA, as they remain the only unbeaten team, but not booked as the national title favorite, their 2 losses against USC. Don't see Juju Watkins and the Trojans in the Big Dance. I still feel great about this Bruins side, led by one of the best bigs in college hoops. That would be Lauren Betts. My 5-1 number, though, on UCLA, now backed by $1 at plus 600. And I have said Iowa because of Caitlin Clark. I do just want to make this point. When you look at the Bart Torvik numbers, the T-rate numbers, the T-rank numbers that we have seen that you can update throughout the year, since the start of February, Iowa, 12th best team in the country. Iowa, 3rd best Big Ten team, only behind UCLA and USC. And the Big Ten has some great schools. Michigan State ranked, Ohio State ranked, Maryland ranked. Really solid teams right now entering the Big Ten tournament. So good in the Big Ten that Iowa was the 11th seed and is the 11th seed in conference tournament action, began their run in Indianapolis, beating Wisconsin by nearly 30 last night. Great one late night in Indy, 9 p.m. Eastern time, the scheduled tip for Iowa and Michigan State, with a berth in a quarterfinal on the line. Big day of basketball between the Hawks and the Spartans, both in the women's tournament, with that quarterfinal berth at stake, and of course, an outright Big Ten title on the line in Iowa City for Michigan State men's basketball. We'll recap everything on a Friday starting at 8 a.m. Eastern here on the Grid.